Hello, everyone, and welcome to Supporting with Style. My name is Soda Pressing TV, and today we're starting with Anna. So, Anna is a great support, in my opinion, because she does have that distance healing on her. She also has the ability to take single enemies out of fights with her tranquilizing darts. Now, while she does have that distance advantage, it can make it harder to heal her more mobile teammates since she does have that low mobility on her, and her aiming can sometimes take a little while to actually get down. So, more mobile DPS champions like Tracer or Widowmaker who can jump around very frequently, they can be a little more difficult to hit with her healing shots. So, in those cases, I typically focus on healing the tanks, like you can see here. From there, we'll just let you guys kind of watch these little moments where we are focusing on the DPS who is further back with us, kind of hitting Tracer where we can, but making sure we're hitting those shots to save our tank and our DPS who are slower. Now, Anna is one of those that I do recommend for people who are switching from DPS to support. She is someone who almost reenacts the way DPS players play, but as a healer. So, if you are DPS and you're looking to get into support, I highly recommend Anna. Okay, so now we'll move into Brigitte. So she is a support that can double as a tank sometimes if you really need it. So if your tank goes out of commission or is too far up and there's someone in your back line, she is someone who can stand in as a temporary tank for those moments. So definitely someone to look into if your team is full of squishies that don't have a lot of mobility, or you have a secondary support who is like a Mercy who's flying around and has a lot of places she needs to be at once. She's a really good pick for that. And her healing ability does have a good range. So as you can see there, if someone is really far back and you have to turn around and you notice they're very low, it is something that you can still hit as opposed to maybe a Mercy who would have to jump forward to be able to heal better. From there, she, like I said, can double as a tank with her shield. Her shield does have a lower health bar, so it is a very temporary role for her. Once her shield runs out, she can die very quickly. So if the tank dies, it's like a last minute safety net for her and for the team. On that note, though, she does also have a lower damage than some of the other support characters. So when you are tanking, try to stay back with your team the best you can and just stun where you can. But Brigitte is one of those characters that I do recommend to my friends or people who watch me as a support to play if you're swapping from tank role because she is someone that has that temporary tank position. Here we're moving into Kiriko, which is one of my favorite supports right now. She does have a lot of mobility on her, which allows her to keep up with her more mobile DPS like Tracer, Hanzo, Genji, players like that. Now, that mobility does come with some setbacks. For example, her teleporting ability allows her to teleport to a member of her own team from another side of the wall, but that can sometimes put her in a compromising position. For example, if you jump to a tank and the tank dies, it can put you in a really bad position and cause you to die. Like that could have been a really bad position for me to be in when I jumped on to the Reinhardt like that because he was surrounded at that time. So it's definitely something to be careful with because it can put you, like I said, in a compromising position. Now, if you find yourself in one of those compromising positions, sometimes you can save yourself or the person you're with, or both, with your temporarily immortality ability, which is her E. It grants a temporary, almost shield of immortality, so it's really good for if you get caught in an enemy ultimate that otherwise would kill your team. Now we're moving into my main support and one that I go back to very frequently. Moira is someone who is a very healthy balance between damaging and support as far as healing goes, and she has a very good range of abilities. For example, she can shift around battles so she can avoid dying to be able to heal her teammates who may also be on the verge of death. Besides that, her ultimate is a mixture of damage and healing. So when you are firing your ultimate off, it's a fire beam ability, and it can go through your teammates into enemies, simultaneously healing your team and damaging enemies, allowing your team to get the upper hand in a team fight. Overwatch did recently change her ability to shift during her ultimate. So now if you're ulting, you can shift away from a bad position and still continue your ultimate after. So that's a really great change that they made to her, I feel like. Her orbs are also a damage or heal option. So I typically will heal orb my team unless everyone's at full health, in which case I'll take advantage of the damaging orb. She is a character I highly recommend for beginners or for people who are also switching from DPS. With that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more like that, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel.